Now we cut to the Purgle moving through hyperspace and see Ahsoka on board the T6 training with a hologram of Anakin in his Clone Wars uniform. Anakin says the line from the trailer about facing more than just droids, and he then mentions the Ventress, General Grievous, and Count Dooku. Ventress is another Night Sister, so maybe we will see her again in this Night Sister narrative through resurrection magic or something else. Huge shoutouts to MT for realizing that Anakin tells Ahsoka to practice more than he does because he doesn't need to practice due to his high midichlorian count, and also his arrogance as well. Now Ahsoka keeps all of Anakin's recordings in a wooden box on her ship, and I actually think she might give these to Luke. Luke, of course, only really knew the character when he was Darth Vader, and though they had that moment at the end of Return of the Jedi, he's never really seen what his dad was truly like. Thus, I think handing over these holograms, it's going to give a true perspective of what Anakin was really like, and just bring Luke closer to his father. Now you can also catch the little training droids here, one of which Luke used in A New Hope when practicing with a lightsaber on the Falcon. The shape and the design of these somewhat foreshadows the minefield, which we see later on as they exit hyperspace. Now Anakin popping up again, of course, has ties to what happened earlier in the season. Though it's through a different medium, it reminds Ahsoka of her visions and symbolically riffs on the lessons that she learned during the Clone Wars. I know there's back and forth still over whether this was a dream or if it actually happened, but I just don't see how she survived in the water that long, and how else she would know some of the things Anakin referenced about his battle with Luke. Now her time together in the Clone Wars is very important for her to have hammered home so that she can continue to focus on the good man that he once was. Baylan's very good at tapping into one's fears, and through the Force he's able to sense what buttons to push on someone to throw them off their game. This is something that he demonstrated perfectly with Sabine, and using her emotions he was able to get her to hand over the star map. With Ahsoka, as soon as she entered the area, he immediately brought up Anakin, which was his way of throwing her off.
Anakin spoke highly of you.
This is why she ended up lashing out later on, and thus in the world between worlds, she had to remember what he was really like. Ahsoka walking away from the Jedi Order is something she chalks up to being why Anakin changed, but as we know, it wasn't her fault. Thus I think this acts as a reminder of the final lesson she learned upon meeting with his ghost, which is important for her to bear in mind going forward into these battles.